Right now on Apple Valley News Now live at 5.
The trial begins for the man accused of killing a Pasco school bus driver. Why prosecutors and defense attorneys are clashing over Joshua Davis's mental condition. Then Congressman Dan Newhouse visits Tri-Cities Airport as federal workers miss paychecks. Will the upcoming flight delays impact local travelers? Plus, Hermiston Fire Department responding to an engulfed structure. What happened on Theater Lane? And Stacy is here.
Right, another wet, windy evening and what you can expect to see this coming weekend. I'll have all the details. The News at 5 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 5 on your side.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us here at 5 o'clock. I'm Austin Reed.
And I'm Wendy Redman. It is Thursday, November the 6th. First at 5, the trial for the man accused of fatally stabbing a Pasco school bus driver in 2021 is now underway, with both sides focusing on the defendant's mental state. Back in September of 2021, 38-year-old Joshua Diane Davis was arrested after police say he stabbed 72-year-old bus driver Richard Lenhart in front of a bus full of elementary school students. Lenhart later died from his injuries. After years of hearings on Davis's competency, opening statements began today, with prosecutors arguing Davis knew exactly what he was doing. But the defense painted a different picture, saying Davis was struggling with severe mental illness and had repeatedly sought help before the stabbing.
The defendant knows who he is. He knows his own name, and he knows what he did.
But as illness deepened, he began to believe that something extraordinary and terrifying was happening. He thought the U.S. military was targeting him.
The trial is expected to hear testimony from law enforcement, medical experts, and mental health professionals. Prosecutors say they'll show Davis was fully aware of his actions, while the defense will try to prove his mental illness left him incapable of understanding right from wrong. We, of course, will continue following the case for you and bring you the very latest as the trial progresses.
In other court-related news tonight, Bryan Kohberger is fighting a request to pay for the urns of 2 of the University of Idaho students he killed. He's already been ordered to pay about $29,000 in restitution as part of his plea deal for the 2022 murders of the 4 students. 2 families are now asking for an extra $3,000 for urn costs. Kohberger's attorney says he can't afford it, but the judge noted that he's received 5-figure donations in his jail, and that he is skeptical. A written ruling is expected soon. And we're following up now. New tonight, Kennewick police have arrested a suspect in a fatal hit and run that killed 31-year-old Angelica Morfin Barajas on November 1st.
Investigators used camera footage and license plate readers to identify the vehicle and driver. Today, detectives found the vehicle in East Kennewick, and with the help of SWAT, the criminal apprehension team and traffic units executed a search warrant and took 33-year-old Alexandra Brinkley into custody.
She now faces felony hit and run charges, and the vehicle was recovered. Police say the arrest brings closure for Angelica's family and friends.
All right, we want to switch gears now and get you your first check of weather. Honestly, it felt like a pretty mild day out there, didn't it?
It was mild, but it looks like the clouds are now moving back in. Stacy Lee, what does that exactly mean?
Well, let's take a look at that radar. Look at that. That means wet weather once again coming our way. We're already seeing that in Yakima. Let's zoom in a little bit. Hanford side and Tri-Cities will start seeing those showers start to fall. Now, these darker areas, shades here, that is even heavier rain showers coming through the area. So we're looking at wet weather right now in Yakima, 53 degrees. Weimar Skycam taking a look down into the valley this evening. Winds there are light, but we've been seeing strong gusty winds, especially in our mountain areas such as Snoqualmie Pass, Battle Mountain, Cabbage Hill, Tollgate, all very, very windy. We're so far doing okay wind-wise here in the lower elevations. Current temperatures are holding steady in the 50s and 60s tonight, but we're going to see a cold front move in and start to bring those overnight lows down. As far as tonight goes, well, plan for wet weather all through the area with temperatures ranging in the 50s, dropping into the 40s and 50s by 8 and 40s and 50s by 10 o'clock. So a wet, breezy night ahead of us. We're going to be drying up Friday night into the middle of next week. Freezing overnight lows are headed our way for both Friday and Saturday night. And then we're looking at a more active weather pattern coming back in later next week. I'll give you all the updates in that weekend forecast coming up. Austin, Wendy.
Okay, Stacy. Now on the fire watch in Hermiston, crews quickly put out a fire late this morning on the 1300 block of Theater Lane. Firefighters with Umatilla County Fire District 1 found an outbuilding fully engulfed in flames when they arrived. They got help from Umatilla Rural Fire Protection District and had the blaze under control within about 10 minutes. Water tenders had to be brought in because there were no hydrants nearby. Nobody was hurt. The cause of the fire still under investigation.
Washington District 4 Representative Dan Newhouse was in Pasco today speaking with air traffic control employees at the Tri-Cities Airport. The airport's federal employees just missed their second paycheck of the shutdown, which has left air traffic control employees without pay for 37 days. They're still working after it was announced that air traffic at 40 major airports would be reduced because of the shutdown, prompting the representative to speak with local air traffic control workers in Pasco.
Maybe a husband and wife working at the airport, 2 paychecks that are being held up. You've got people, maybe they're the sole breadwinner in the family. You know, it's starting to have an impact on people's lives and their ability to buy groceries, buy gas, all the things that people have to do.
The Tri-Cities Airport says that although it can't yet predict if any future flights will be affected, passengers can check in with their airlines if they are worried about delays.
Franklin County receives a clean audit from the state with no financial or compliance issues found. The Washington State Auditor's Office reviewed the county's 2024 finances and federal fund usage. Auditors issued an unmodified opinion, meaning the county's financial statements fairly present its position. The audit covered major federal programs, including highway planning and COVID-19 recovery funds. The review cost around $87,000 and sets the next audit for 2026.
We think that helps, but we also think that adopting new policies that are more for not only transparency, but also for safeguarding taxpayers' dollars.
The clean audit could strengthen the county's credit rating and attract future state and federal funding. Commissioners plan to continue quarterly financial reviews to maintain progress.
In national news now, getting back to air travel, that actually could get messier this weekend.
It really can. The Trump administration warns of significant disruptions to air traffic at 40 busy airports if Congress doesn't reach an agreement to end their stalemate.
That's right. Karen Kafa reports.
As the blame game continues on Capitol Hill.
We will not support a partisan Republican spending bill that continues to gut the health care of the American people.
We're just not going to have that conversation while Democrats are holding the federal government hostage.
The next shutdown pressure point could be the nation's airports. The Trump administration says starting Friday, it will cut 10% of air traffic at 40 busy U.S. airports if the shutdown continues. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy told Fox News Thursday it's a safety measure.
This was not a political decision. This was a data-driven decision to make the right calls, to get ahead of any issues that could happen, in the airspace that could have negative consequences.
As essential workers, air traffic controllers are required to be on the job, but are getting their second empty paycheck of the shutdown next week.
These are real people dealing with real life circumstances. And when you don't pay somebody for 37 days and say, hey, just keep showing up and do your best, people are going to have issues, and they're mounting daily.
More than 5 weeks into the longest government shutdown in U.S. history, air travelers have already seen delays mount.
As a traveler, it's very inconvenient for me, but I mean, if you're not paying people right, I completely understand.
Some airlines waiving flight change fees ahead of possible disruptions. Meanwhile, the Department of Agriculture revised its guidance on SNAP benefits for November, giving some recipients a boost to their partial payments, but still not the full benefit they rely upon. In Washington, I'm Karen Kaifa.
United Airlines announced it will preemptively cancel roughly 200 flights for Friday.
Okay, following this newscast, ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir picks up on our coverage of the flight cutbacks. And he's following the story of the stunning death of rising NFL star Marshawn Kneeland. In the meantime, Apple Valley News Now live at 5 is just getting started. Here's what's coming up next. Why Benton County election results are pointing to a historic first.
Then Stacy's coming back with a look at your full First Alert weather forecast, getting you all ready for the weekend coming up. We'll be right back.
Right now, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in.
Are we having the wool pulled over our eyes here?
Nope. And you get the latest phones.
High five.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90. And we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
Save thousands on the new Revolutionary Swim Spa at a one-time sale. Friday through Sunday. Hapo Center Pasco. Exercise with low impact. Swim the entire year and stay in shape. Teach your kids to swim. Unwind and save thousands. Avoid the expense and maintenance involved with a pool. Swim, exercise, and relax in your new aquatic exercise swim spa. Installation and 1 day only. New 2025 inventory. 18-month interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Hapo Center Pasco. Free admission. Free parking. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
It matters late at night. It matters when you aren't sure and need someone who is. Are minimalized with none.
It matters when times are tight and saving money can really make a difference.
Thanks so much, Eric. I really appreciate you.
Hi, Alex.
Where you get your medicine has never mattered more. That's why we have convenient locations right in your neighborhood with pharmacists ready to get to know you.
Where you get your medicine matters.
Life. It's a crazy thing when you think about it. It's either about making memories or remembering those moments that matter most. Broadmoor RV has been serving families and its community in the Pacific Northwest for over 20 years. From travel trailers to toy haulers, truck campers, motorhomes, and fifth wheels, we have what you need to start creating memories with the ones you love. So get out there and make those memories last a lifetime. Broadmoor RV. We make camping fun.
Life happens. Lucky for you, ICCU has a new kind of checking account that comes with benefits that help you life better. Because being human is a full-time job.
U.S. Cellular makes it easy to switch. Get $1,100 off any phone with no trade-in.
We don't even have to trade in our teeth?
Nope.
I almost lost this one.
Get $1,100 off any phone with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
Philadelphia, Green Bay, Monday Night Football at 5. Apple Valley News Now.
Ballots are still being counted across Benton County, but one candidate looks poised to make local history. Raul Contreras Gonzalez is on track to become the next Port of Kennewick Board Commissioner for District 2.
Gonzalez, who currently serves as Assistant Director for the Tri-Cities Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, is leading by more than 3,100 votes and is set to succeed longtime Commissioner Thomas Moak.
If results hold, Gonzalez will become the first Latino commissioner in the port's history, something he says represents an important step for the community.
The Latino representation is about 30%. So I think me being 1/3 of the commissioners, we're finally going to get that voice of the community that has been needed for a long time.
Gonzalez says he plans to focus on community growth and helping move the Vista Field project forward once results are certified.
Well, new tonight, the Yakima Police Department is opening up an important conversation about the mental health of its officers. The story highlights the support systems in place for those who protect us. Yakima Police Chief Sean Boyle emphasizes that officer wellness is a priority that he does not want to get overlooked. From peer support programs with specially trained colleagues to access to psychologists during emergencies. These resources will address the heavy toll policing can take, not only on the officers themselves, but also on their families. Boyle explains that daily exposure to traumatic incidents really affects officers throughout their whole careers.
Our officers daily encounter numerous traumatic incidents throughout their career, each year and throughout their career, and those have a toll on not only themselves but their families. And so my hope is that the officers will take advantage of the wellness programs that we have.
Boyle urges officers struggling in silence to reach out for help when they need it.
In Yakima, the City and Downtown Association seeking nominations for this year's community Christmas tree. Residents can suggest evergreens 15 to 25 feet tall that can be safely lifted by crane to Millennium Plaza. Nominations are open until November 14th, with the tree lighting ceremony set for December 7th. There's no cost to the tree owner. To nominate, just visit downtownyakima.com.
Well, in Walla Walla, the school district says it is stepping up support for students who need extra help both in and out of the classroom. Superintendent Ben Guyon says his focus is on connecting with families and using real-time data like attendance and grades to catch struggles early. The district is also partnering with local groups to make sure families know about tutoring, after-school programs, and other resources. The goal here, to close learning gaps and make sure every student has a chance to succeed.
Our system is working for the most part for most of our kids, but for those that it's not working for, that's where we have to roll up our sleeves and then really just put our nose to the grindstone.
He also says this is all part of building stronger schools and stronger connections all across the Walla Walla community.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And like Wendy said, it was pretty quiet, but that's going to change. In fact, look how serene it is on our Legends Casino Skycam, Howard Amon Park tonight. The boat in dock with all the lights on, 60 degrees, but that's going to change. Now you can see the winds are at 10 miles an hour. They're going to pick up stronger overnight. Here's the big picture looking out. Look at that system moving through, yet another big one. Let's take a look a little bit closer. Keep an eye on that orange-yellow blob right there. That's the heavier showers coming right down the Columbia River Gorge near the Boardman area, moving across the lower Yakima Valley. And we're going to start seeing those sprinkles and rain starting to hit the Tri-Cities. But that's where the heavy rain sits right now, from Sunnyside to just outside Boardman, Oregon. The weather pattern brings more moisture tomorrow. Most of this, though, is going to stay in the mountain areas. Let's take a look at our futurecast for tonight. Once this system moves on through, we'll have mostly cloudy skies. Could even see some fog developing in the lower elevations. There's the snow beginning across the Cascades. Their rain showers kind of continue trickling on and off. As we get into our Friday, as you can see, that moisture coming through will be in the form of snow showers across the Cascade passes and mostly cloudy skies with some patchy fog developing in our lower elevations. Why the fog? Well, we're going to get a cold front moving in. We're going to see some of the moisture coming off like the Columbia River. So Tri-Cities is pretty ready for a little bit of fog developing. We are also watching that snow across the Cascade passes. 1 to 2 inches is possible. If that is in your travel plans through tomorrow, you're going to want to check the past reports. Heaviest snow will be in the northern portion of the Cascades, but as we look down here, Mount Rainier and Mount Adams, that purple, that's like 2 feet of snow possible across those mountaintops. Our gusty winds tonight are going to be picking up 35 to 40 mile an hour gusts. Sustained winds 20 to 25 tonight. Those gusty winds will continue tomorrow. Let's take a look at the futurecast. Here we are. Winds picking up around 8 o'clock in the Columbia Basin. Very windy through our mountain pass areas. And we'll continue to see those gusty winds overnight. As we start, as you get into the past midnight hours, that's when you're going to really feel those winds in Hermiston, Tri-Cities, Dayton. Tomorrow is also going to start off pretty breezy with winds topping out 30 to 35 miles an hour. So another blustery day, a little bit drier though for most of us. Our temperatures tonight are going to stay mostly in the 40s, but some of us dropping into the 30s, but staying above the freezing level in the Yakima and Kittitas Valley. All right, here is our breezy winds tomorrow. More than likely going to stay dry. Patchy fog developing as the temperatures drop, and especially places like the Tri-Cities near the river. Some of the fog will develop from the river water being warmer than the air temperature. All right, let's take a peek at Yakima. We've got partly cloudy skies. Will stay pretty dry. We're starting to look at a system later next week, a few days out, but we could see that active weather return by next weekend. Windy conditions once again tomorrow for Ellensburg. Look at those chilly overnight lows down in the 20s. For Walla Walla, we've got 50-degree temps through Sunday, but pretty mild. We could see a stray shower still kiss Walla Walla tomorrow. We'll see temperatures rise back to the 60s. And look for windy conditions, but sunshine, yay, in Hermiston. And then we'll have those clouds build up. And again, towards the end of the week, we could see more active weather. So a little bit of sunshine. I'm ready. Today, driving around, I had sunny raindrops on my window. I love seeing sun, and then it's raining anyway.
Perfect rainbow conditions, right?
I know. I didn't see a rainbow, but I was happy with sunny raindrops.
There you go. Sunny raindrops. Can't go wrong with that.
Those overnight lows, though, that's...
It's chilly. It's going to be burr cold. So, yeah, and then that makes that, the river is about 50 degrees. When the air gets down to like 20-something, the fog comes out of the river, basically. It settles in around the area. Be ready for that.
And obviously the west side of the state in both Washington and Oregon just getting pounded right now.
And not only that, Austin, there was a water spout, which is like a tornado on the water on the Columbia River, and it made landfall near Ilwaco, which is down where the Columbia River goes into the Pacific Ocean. Very rare for something like that to happen. So pretty interesting. Yes, it was. And the king tides are also in. So kind of wild on the coast if anyone's heading that way.
Yeah, there you go.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, still to come, a Kennewick shelter dog needs experienced rescuers to step forward. Why Major Tom's case is entering a critical phase.
The Veterans Day sale is on now at all Walker's Furniture stores.
Get some of the biggest store-wide savings of the year, including double discounts. Or no money down, no minimum purchase, no interest financing for up to 5 years. Living rooms to bedrooms, dining sets to mattresses. Save big and make your home a space that everyone can enjoy.
And with a double sales tax discount, it's the perfect time to get your home ready for the holidays. Today through Tuesday at Walker's.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino, your premier gaming destination. Experience the thrill of a Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and unlock exclusive rewards every time you play. Challenge your skills at our 16-lane bowling alley. Unwind with a drink at our cozy bar, or enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Last Frontier. The ultimate entertainment experience has something for everyone. Nob Hill Casino, where locals come to win.
We're cooking up something special. Yolks Exclusives. Original recipes crafted in-house every day by people who take fresh seriously. A collection of signature products you won't find anywhere else. Meticulously prepared with only the freshest ingredients and sold exclusively at Yolks Fresh Markets.
I'm Eduardo Morfin. Morfin Law Firm thanks you for 5 years of support. Remember, when choosing an attorney, select a local attorney that supports your local community.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next-level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some. Gimme Some Bagels.
That's hockey, baby!
Seattle Kraken Hockey, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
Welcome back to Apple Valley News Now, live at 5. Time for your spotlight. A Tri-Cities Animal Services resident, Major Tom, is looking for an approved rescue or shelter partner. He was found abandoned in Kennewick and had documented human biting incidents stemming in part from fear of strangers. Now, officials say he hasn't had any incidents since muzzle training, but without an organization capable of supporting him soon, there is the possibility of euthanasia. So now any rescue partner is asked to contact the shelter to help find a home for Major Tom. All right, have an idea for the spotlight? You can send it to us through any of our social media platforms, of course, X, TikTok, Nextdoor, Facebook, and Instagram.
We're social, aren't we?
We are everywhere.
I love it.
You have to be these days, right?
100%, yep.
And we keep the dialogue going with our reason to smile. Your photo coming up next.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by never settling. But what's really made Ford F-Series #1 is you.
Wild Horse Resort and Casino is giving you something to be thankful for this November. Gobble, gobble, and dish up a big win. Over $55,000 in cash and prizes are waiting to be dished up and served out. Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, 6 lucky winners will pick 3 dishes and win over $1,000 in cash and prizes. Then for the grand prize, one of 3 lucky winners will be served up to $10,000 in cash on November 29th. Come dish up a win this season at Wild Horse Resort and Casino, celebrating 3 decades of fun.
First, at Shriners Children's, the world's most advanced scoliosis procedures are born here. In fact, we deliver access to the world's best doctors for nearly every pediatric orthopedic condition. We're delivering care without compromise is our promise. And kids can just be kids. Because being first always starts with empowering the extraordinary. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery. Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
Right now, US Cellular makes it easy to switch and get $1,100 off any phone with no trade-in.
No trade-in? But we're willing to trade in our teeth.
Nope, you don't have to trade your teeth in or an old phone.
I like that.
Yeah, your parents get an amazing deal.
I almost lost this one.
Yeah, you get to leave your tooth under your pillow.
For me, it's Tooth Fairy time.
Get $1,100 off any phone with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by never settling. But what's really made Ford F-Series #1 is you.
Wait! Go! Yeah!
Touchdown, Philadelphia. Something special going on with the Packers.
Eagles, Packers, Monday Night Football at 5. Apple Valley News Now.
Next, ET, Jennifer Lawrence talks her die-hard love for her co-star.
This is a Sissy Spacek t-shirt.
Plus, Vanderpump Rules alum Lala Kent, ready for a reality return? Next, ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
And welcome back. Never disappoints. Look at that. It looks like a painting. Chuck Lawless sent this one in. Mallards enjoying the sunrise.
Nice.
Great photo, Chuck.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. You guys are such good photogs out there. All right, that QR code on top of your screen, that's how you get your photo on TV, thanks to Lifetime Dental Care. All right, the big headlines. Rain decreasing overnight, but we are going to have a little bit of a wet, windy night to start with. We're going to see gusty winds. We're expecting snow in the mountains. Highs are going to stay in the 50s, but we're going to drop down in the 20s and 30s, so some freezing nights coming ahead. And then tomorrow, look at that. I see sunshine and dry for most of us tomorrow. So get out there and enjoy that. And yeah, yay. But the wind.
Yeah, I'll have to let my little ones know.
Right.
They'll still probably be wanting to wear their rain boots.
Right. No puddles, ladies.
No puddles to jump in. All right, Stacey, thanks so much. Thank you for joining us tonight.
World News Tonight with David Mura is next. We're back at 6, hoping your news is good news.
Have a great evening.